And it's on. We're doing it. We're doing it.
Welcome, everybody,
What's
to the
up?
Jones and Gangi podcast. that's a much better intro tune.
Yeah, it really is. It really, really is. So, fucking Bitcoin, man.
Yeah. So let's talk about cryptocurrency and how awesome this is.
Yeah, sure. Like that's.
I think,
What's up?
yeah, I think it's the way to go. It's like, it's a worldwide currency now.
Yep. Absolutely.
What's gonna beat it? And not a lot of people are invested in it.
Yeah, and the crazy thing too is that there's no more government in it, which means it's.
Yeah, it's all decentralized, right? Or as far as it can go. I mean, it could be still manipulated. I don't know. There's some tricky things you can do.
Yeah.
Like the miners are the manipulators, the heaviest manipulators.
Are you mining?
Yeah. So like when you mine, it's not illegal. It's just a way to just mine and create more currency, and it just changes the value.
Okay.
I guess in the basic sense.
How'd you like start it for people that may be watching? Like, how do you start?
How did I start?
Yeah, like right now, I want to mine. I play Minecraft.
Oh man, yeah, I know. Well, yeah, that's like actually that's kind of it's almost similar if to people who aren't technologically savvy when I explain this to them, because I already tried to explain it to my fiance. She didn't get it, and she went right over her head. She's like, "What are you talking about? Like, what is servers and all these things that are mining this coin? Like, what the hell are you trying to do?"
Yeah.
And I was explaining to another person. They're just like, it's very confusing. Like, so like it's amazing that you have currency out there, and maybe like, I don't know, 4/5 of the population, the worldwide population, don't even know how to use it. Maybe even more than that.
Wow.
Much more, probably.
Yeah, like.
So you think about it, like, if, say, fiat currency just completely just goes down the shitter, and someone's got to pay the bills,
right?
What do you think it's going to go to? And everyone's going to have to learn it.
That's true, man. That's actually really true.
But then, yeah, and then of course there's people that speculated like, how far will Bitcoin go? And I don't think Bitcoin will go very far. I think it was like a beta test run, for sure.
What do you
because
mean
it went in very aggressive. I think Bitcoin came in and it was like heavily manipulated at first. Like when you've heard of the Silk Road thing, you heard about that?
Yep.
So people would like launder like millions of dollars and just buy all the Bitcoins with their illegal money, and then they just sell it or trade it on the market.
Right.
And they clean all their money out. But then, there's also like the other side of things, like who helped even create it. And there's been some theories saying it's like some of their government agencies like CIA and like other crazy developers and stuff that are like ridiculously smart. Because it's like it's running off, the hash keys are running off encryption that's like, really, really tough stuff. And the miners are breaking that, but at a cost, because it requires horsepower from a computer. And then you need, of course, it's just time. So the more horsepower as you got, how many servers or how many towers do you have running to mine the block of coin to try to get as much coin as you can. And it just takes time. So like my average for what I've got now is really, really low, but I'm only getting like, a couple hundred coin a day. If that.
That's kind of cool though, man, because you're like tapping into this crazy digital.
Right. And that's the thing, and I think like I've been trying to explain it to everybody else, and what you want is to get everybody involved. So if everyone buys their own server, you'd be able to mine a lot more coin, and maybe even use your tower on occasion. You could use it like from time to time, because my tower actually does quite a bit of it's quite a pretty good rate of hash rate. So it's trying to destroy the hash, basically solve it.
So it's like a hash is like, for the people that probably not know, then what I'm getting is a hash is like a cluster, and you're just chipping away, and you're trying to like get as much as you can from it whenever you can.
So the hash key itself, so the currency itself is really just a ledger, like a promissory note, like a Federal Reserve note.
Mm.
So like when I want to give you money, I'm gonna write down I owe Derek Gangi 10 whatever coin. But on that same ticket, a piece of paper is a hash key that's encrypted.
Okay.
So that like that official receipt transaction, it shouldn't or couldn't be duplicated. So when I send this to you, that is the first form of the block. And that's what forms the blockchain, where every sending and receiving ledger that I send or we
Right.
send to each other or whoever else equates to what you have in total in your main wallet. And
Wow.
then of course value is then speculated on that for how much is being mined and created, how many people are distributing the wealth and where it's going.
Hmm.
So when you like kind of watch like, oh, this it's going down, but everyone's gonna be buying it up and it's gonna be skyrocketing in the future. You buy in or start mining the currency, and that's it.
So it's kind of like so it's like a video game in a sense. It's kind of like a
Yeah,
game.
I mean, I actually would make the comparison. It's like cookie clicker, except
Oh no!
like you're.
No! Don't say it's Cookie Clicker, man.
That's
That's
how
the most
addicting
addictive
it
game
could
on
be.
earth.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. Right now, my investment is so cheap, and I'm thinking like if I get more people or more people involved, I
Yeah.
could be getting more and more servers and more coin every hour, and then maybe the investment will pay off a lot larger.
So you see yourself maybe in 3 years still mining and seeing what
Oh
happens.
yeah, I think after the 3 year mark, though, I think that'll be a time where mining will be near impossible. So that's why I'm starting now, because yeah, eventually the mining will, yeah, it won't be happening in the future, and there'll be a certain amount where it's just going to stop, or it's going to be
Wait a
only.
second. So mining is. Oh my god. Okay. So mining right now is like when there was the gold rush in California where all the gold was getting extracted from earth, put into the vault to then back the dollar. So technically you are a crazy ass gold miner in a mine, mining away, getting as
That's
much as you
great.
can.
Yeah.
Holy fuck. So then you are essentially like a Rockefeller individual. You are like
I
one of
mean,
the
yeah,
people.
and we're also like whoever the miners are, they're actually helping create currency because what they're doing is breaking apart the block, they're
Right.
solving the hash key, and then they're taking like basically almost kind of like a copy of it. They crack that, and once we're able to crack a block, me and a number of workers
Yeah.
will distribute that wealth amongst everyone else. Like because there's so many people working on one block, it
Right.
takes a lot of power to
Whoa.
to break the block.
I see that as like the Western days, like
Yeah. It's kind of the same deal, a little bit different, but yeah. It's, no,
it's
I
kind of
mean
the same but
no,
different.
it's
Yeah.
well, of course, the obvious difference is this is all in cyberspace. You don't have to. We're not moving to a physical location. We're just
Yeah.
telling multiple computers to do different things and to mine against all these transactions that are going on.
Dude, that is so freaking cool.
Isn't that crazy?
I forgot that there is a finite amount of actual Bitcoin to obtain, and once
Okay,
that
so
is
there's not a
reached,
lot of, yeah, and there's not a lot of Bitcoin. If you look at how many exist,
mm-hmm.
it's not much. I think it's like 12 billion. I don't know the number anymore, but let me
Well,
see.
it's weird because we're having this conversation because I was talking to my friend before this podcast,
Yeah.
and we were talking about Bitcoin, and I was trying to explain it to my friend that's from the Czech Republic, who is really like you got to just talk to him in simple terms, which is totally fine. I mean, I'm the same way, but I'm like, I was trying to explain to him that there's only like so much left, and he couldn't really understand it at first, but. He said my
So
buddy was saying there was like 20 million left or something, but 20 million to me seems really low.
it's 12 million Bitcoin, 12.5 million Bitcoin.
That's it. That's all that's left.
But that's why it's so high. And there's like bigger players right now are liquidating some of the Bitcoin and going into the other currencies. So their game was to get as much Bitcoin as humanly possible. And then when the market was right, they'd sell just right or trade up to another coin. But they have massive amounts of other coin. It's almost like the Bitcoin was like the beta drive, the beta test, which may or may not crash like
Mm-hmm.
hard, where it's a huge crash because it peaked all the way up to 1,500 one day or
Right.
1,200, how much it
Right.
was. So yeah, so what you'd want is like look at the other lower currencies like Litecoin or Peercoin or something.
That's the one my friend was buying. He buys Litecoin. That's his shit.
Yeah. Yeah, well, the thing is, like, I started on Dogecoin, which isn't a lot right now. It's like
Wow, still coin.
a fraction of a dollar,
Yes.
but that's like how I learned the currency because Dogecoin is almost like a mirror of Litecoin and Primecoin and Peercoin. If I think Peercoin, but in that respect, meaning the clients are almost virtually the same. So like learning off Dogecoin, it's easy because it's cheap to go into. So
Hmm.
very cheap as an investment to learn how to transact, different things. Just so it doesn't matter. You won't feel as bad making a transaction. Like I've been doing it through a lot of things. Like been making transactions through eBay with it. Been making transactions through like tons of different services. Just so I mess up, I'm not gonna, freak out that I might have lost more money than what I really wanted to lose. So it's like very, very safe, not no worry investment there.
Right.
And the thing is, like, yeah, Litecoin is a good investment because in the long term, Litecoin is going to jump up. It'll grow.
So is
Same with
Litecoin and Doge and all them, are they
Doge.
sharing the same
The
12 million or whatever?
No, actually, they're not. Total supply of Bitcoin and as opposed to the other currencies are vastly different. So Litecoin is 25 million. There's 25 million of it, I think,
Oh.
total supply.
So,
And then Dogecoin is 50 billion. It's a lot. Dogecoin has long-term growth ahead of it. So what you should like that's why I'm starting off Dogecoin, starting to amass like a good amount of that. And, if that ever hits a dollar, I've got a huge investment. Like
hmm.
right
No,
now, it's like fraction of a penny.
right. Now, then, okay, let's say Bitcoin is just gone and it's done, and people are like, oh, what the fuck? We don't mine anymore. First of all, what are we going to do with all those servers? Second of all, can't
Oh
someone
no
just start
no.
a new one?
So oh man no. Oh. So you have servers, right? So like let's say I have servers right now,
Hmm.
just mining away Dogecoin, which I do, and say something happens or I want to switch up what I want to do. It's
Right,
not hard. I can just go right from Dogecoin to another coin.
right.
Easy. I gotta jump from one pool to the next. So whatever server farms you got running, really all they have to do is the hard part is if they wanted to tweak all their settings again for another pool or a different pool on a different coin,
Right.
which would require them to
So you can convert.
reimage. Yeah. Oh yeah, and well the other thing is you should start trading. That's a huge thing. It's look at all these different. There's like how many they got now? Holy God! There's 100 coin currencies right now. 100,
Wow.
100.
That is a lot. Holy
Before
crap.
I remember it was like up to like I don't know, it was weeks ago, and I checked it was like 40 or 50. Now it's double.
So let me ask you, let's
Battle
say,
coin, lucky coin, casino
is there a
coin.
Mario coin? Can
There's
someone just make a fucking
no,
Mario coin,
but there is
please?
there's a Ron Paul coin.
Oh, Jesus. There needs to be a Sonic and a Mario coin. There
We
needs
could
to
make
be.
it. Well, as a
How do
smart
we
one,
make it?
I I don't know. We'd have to take. Then we'd have to take the same way how Dogecoin was created. They kind of ripped off, I think, Litecoin, if I'm not mistaken.
Right,
Just took the same code, same type, or roughly it.
right.
They changed some things, but yeah, there's basic stuff out there to use.
Wow.
That's, but I mean, yeah, it's you got to get a good push in the market to say, hey, try this out. Otherwise, you're gonna have a rough time climbing the ladder.
Yeah, I guess, I mean, that's with everything, right? Like, if you start a sport, like right now, if I go into, like jujitsu or something, I'm going to get fucking rocked because I'm just late in the game. And I have a lot to learn, and same with the mining.
Exactly. Don't get rocks. Fucking learn it now, and you're
Are you
not gonna.
trying to tell me I should become a miner right now?
No, you don't have to. Well, actually, I
Or learn
definitely could
jujitsu?
use your help because I want to get everyone on the same pool. We'll all
Yeah,
have our workers in there,
yeah,
all our computers, and we'll
right.
just see, and we'll split the pot. we'll probably be doing like thousands a day.
You sound very Rothschild right now. I don't know if I like it. I don't know if I like that Rothschild shit going on.
Smash the guy.
And by the way, when we do all the mining, give me all your stuff. I'll keep it in a safe vault. Don't worry about it. And then you can extract all your bitcoins as long as you go through me. Don't worry about it, but I just charge a little fee. Don't worry about it.
Exactly.
It's not a bank, but it kind of is. Fucking Rothschild.
That's so funny.
Imagine that, man. If you become that guy, you're that
Oh,
guy.
well, yeah, they
You
I
make
think
sure everyone's safe.
the Bass of Doge Street. He told me it's something silly like that. I was
Oh
like,
my god.
God.
Doge child.
Doge child, Doja fella,
Doja fella. Holy
the
shit.
first rich Dojillionaire.
Dojillionaire on Doge Island.
It's such a silly. I gotta show you this video though. See if we can open it up in the stream window.
You can tell me what it is, and then I'll drop it in.
Yeah, I'll send you the link,
Okay.
and I'll show you. This will be good. Yeah, so really, if you wanted to see how it works, like just right off the bat, go to Dogecoin.com and download their client, which is the wallet.
Right.
And when it's created, it creates its own private instance that's already set up for you. The only thing that you got to start doing is just working with the encrypted addresses, which you create as simple as this. When you want to create a new address to send to say me or you, like I'll create an address and label it Derek Gangi,
Right.
and it'll give me a hash key. And when I get that hash key, I'll send that off to you. And when you want to send me money, you'll send money to that hash key address, and I'll have that transaction tracked. So I'll see how much money I have coming from you, basically.
That's really cool. That's
And
really
they
freaking
kind
cool.
of it's weird. Like I found some good wallets where you can trade, or actually just sync your wallet, like the same one. Like right now, the one I have mining is a synced wallet. So on my phone, I have that. I can always check that balance and actually send it from my phone, and I can check it on
Just like
any.
PayPal then.
At that point, yeah. But the wallet, the client that you download, I don't
Yeah.
have. I mean, it looks like the only way to sync what I have in this wallet to say my laptop, my MacBook,
Right.
I have to actually export a file. So it's not very. I mean, maybe I'm not an expert at how these sync yet, but I'm pretty sure that's the only way.
Yeah, because something that came up when I was talking about it with my friends, they were saying how you can back it up, and then though if someone has that backup file, you're pretty much hacked. You're fucked, right?
Yeah,
That's
you're
like someone
done.
walking into your. You're done. You're done. You just might as well just
Yeah.
jump off a fucking bridge and
Yeah, you
say,
never want to give out, and you never want to give out your private wallet ID, which is like the private key. The private key is how you can cash out, get all your earnings, all your, this is your access to your money, your wallet.
How do you get that number? Like, who gives you an
Well,
account?
it's smarter. Like, so by default, the client already hides that from you. But I mean, when I go online and I did this other wallet, it gives me a private wallet ID, which is the private key, which you never want to give out to somebody. I
Okay.
mean, it is password protected, but you don't want to risk that, and you don't want to lose it either,
Right.
because
Okay.
obviously then you're like, oh shit, what do you lose your wallet ID, you can't log in or get your earnings.
Is it just a bunch of random letters and numbers and shit? Is that what it
Yep,
is, or
just like a
that's pretty good.
random. It's just like a basic encryption.
Hmm.
And
Wow.
Bitcoin uses a way better encryption because I don't know what was happening. I think people were really aggressively mining or something, and maybe they increased it
Oh yeah.
a certain level where now you need like ridiculous horsepower to crack and get a Bitcoin. So it's like only fractions of a Bitcoin that you're getting.
That is so freaking nuts, dude. You like each
Yeah,
computer is like a little miner just working, just ting 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 ting
yeah,
ting, cracking it
exactly.
out.
So yeah, click on that link I just sent and put it up on the stream.
Okay, let me see.
Actually, yeah, we should work on how that will happen because we should figure out a way we could just insert a screen in our OBS. first step that we wanted to look at on the internet.
What I can do is I can actually do this. I can do a window capture. And this is going to probably fuck up, but let's see, inner window. And let's try this out. Ta-da!
Let's see here.
It's a little fucked up, but there you go. So now I can just
Checking it out. Oh wow. Perfect. Yeah, play that video.
okay.
The rise of
Just
virtual
gotta-
currency Bitcoin is changing
nice.
the way we think about money, but there are plenty of other contenders, with an Australian digital coin stamped with the head of a cute Japanese dog leading the pack.
Will the
Created
audio
by
work
Sydney
through the
marketer
browser?
Dogecoin started
Should.
as a
You
joke.
should be able to hear it
It
right
has
now.
become seriously cool.
Oh, haven't
The
muted.
inventors even
Yeah.
sending the Jamaican
see what
bobsleigh
happens.
team to the Winter Olympics. Tracy
Yeah, there we
Coleman
go. Now I'm
reports.
hearing it.
Let's move on to Bitcoin, shall we? That's a virtual
When digital currency Bitcoin was launched 5 years ago, early investors saw their digital wallets
I
grow
skipped the video
fat
down too,
as the
so.
value of Bitcoin skyrocketed. Not surprisingly, a proliferation of copycat cryptocurrencies emerged, and one of those seems to have taken hold. Dogecoin was founded as funny money. Last December,
This is so
26-year-old
good.
Jackson Palmer
Yeah.
sent a tweet about a currency which he jokingly named after a popular internet dog, or Doge.
It started as a parody, so we weren't trying to replicate anything really. We were just, having a laugh to ourselves. And as soon as we put it out there, it just kind of
A
exploded.
cute little
Last
Japanese
week, more
dog. When they say
Dogecoin
Doge,
transactions took place than all of the other
Dogecoin.
cryptocurrencies combined, mostly because the creators had their tongues firmly in their cheeks, and social media has picked up on that mood. A tipping culture has emerged, where consumers use the digital coins to tip people doing interesting work on the web, creating the flurry of microtransactions.
Just wows
I
all
think
over
the
the
community's
screen. Very
banded
fun. It's
behind it
such
because
complete.
Yeah,
we don't
it's
take
so
ourselves
funny.
too seriously, and it's really an internet currency. So if you use Facebook, you use Reddit, you use Twitter, you can get into it really quickly and people can start tipping you it.
The creators say Doge coins are easy to use and transactions are virtually instant. And while Bitcoin has capped its currency release, billions of extra Doge coins will be released every
Much
year
Doge.
in a bid to keep the price low and stable.
Much
Bitcoin
currency,
is
much
still a
complete.
much
Yeah,
more
and the client
serious,
has all that in
kind
there.
of
It's like,
investment
please send,
opportunity.
much received.
One Bitcoin is worth roughly, on a good day, $800, which is, in comparison to Dogecoin, which
What's a little
one
off
is
right
worth,
now is
a
that I see
fraction
it before
of
you
a
because
cent.
you're seeing it on the live stream.
Doge coins were always intended to be frivolous and fun, and its rapidly growing fan base thinks no differently. It's generated events like last week's Dogecoin party in New York, where revellers put a Doge head on the Wall Street Bull, cheekily posting pictures under the hashtag Occupy Wall Street. Even the Doge figurehead, a Shiba Inu dog from Japan, has her own account. Last month, that fun extended to fundraising.
Oh,
The key elements for a successful sled team
yeah, that's
are a steady driver
ridiculous, right?
and 3 strong runners
This
to
is
push off down the ice.
crazy.
Ice!
Yeah, I was still watching it. Yeah, and I'm wondering
Imitating
if
art.
we were to share it on
Community raised
your.
27 million Doge
How do we
coins, or
see a live
$30,000
version of that
to help
video?
send
Well, I
the
was
American
watching it on the
bobsled
stream,
team
but
to the
whatever.
Sochi Olympics.
Because we're
Either
trying
way,
to
that'll
move
be
away from the idea
one of the
that
many
this
things
is
we
an
accomplish
investment, this
on
is a
the list.
commodity, something to
Yeah.
hoard and sell later. We want to
But yeah,
focus on the fact
it's,
that this is something to
that's the
actually
mining world.
trade in
That's
and
how
give.
that's how it's working.
Wow, man. Man, I mean, it is what it is, right? Like, we were, I guess, headed to this way. Like, it just bring it up to, like, video games and shit to kind of inspire this sort of thing. Because really,
Yeah.
that's what it is. It's a digital fucking currency. It's a credit.
Yeah, that's all it is, and it's so easy to use. So definitely try. Just open up Dogecoin. You can buy a couple bucks worth. It'll
It's
be
a gateway drug, man. I don't want to
Yeah,
find a system,
exactly.
man.
Yeah, no gateway.
Yeah. That's cool, dude.
But
That's
yeah,
actually
try
really
it.
cool.
Try it out, man. That's like your baby step into understanding how the digital currency works.
Maybe that's good that it's there because it's affordable, it's cheap, it's fun, it's easy to use. I sound like I'm selling it. It's affordable, it's cheap, it's easy to use.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Everyone, come on, do it, doge it up.
God. No, but that's cool, man.
One rich shibby.
Yeah, right. Fucking, there's a Shibinati or something like that. Shibinati.
Yeah, the Shibinati.
It's just a bunch of freaking doges like around a council table.
They decide how the currency.
Those people in those videos, the ones that invented it, they actually dress up in like cloaks at night with doge masks, and they just sacrifice like cats.
Adam said I should dress up as a doge this Halloween.
That'd be pretty awesome. That'd be pretty freaking awesome.
It would
do
be
that.
excellent.
Well, that's fucking pretty damn cool, man. I don't know. I kind of want to get into it, but I also don't want to like get addicted to it because typically it seems like that's the kind of thing it is. Because you start seeing that you're gaining something from nothing. You're just gaining something.
Yeah, no kidding. Why? I don't know. I'm trying it out.
Yeah.
Like there's no hurt in it.
That is true, man. It doesn't cost really much.
Yeah, my investment in it is little to nothing. If you can't afford $20 a month with the investment that I have, that's as far as I go right now.
So let me ask you, for people that are going to be watching this or whatever, what kind of computer do you have to have? Like what?
Oh yeah, so learning how to mine, having the right equipment. There's lots of links out there. So definitely Google. Custom rigs. Like my rig right now, the GPU is a NVIDIA 560 Ti Twin Frozer 2, and you're gonna get a good amount of power out of it. And I've got a good processor too. I think you really want it GPU heavy. That's like the way to go for some people doing what they're doing now. And I have you could rent servers too. So the ones I'm renting are from DigitalOcean.com.
Cool.
If you go there, check those out. You can basically start off with just one server, create the image and start setting it up as normal. Start mining with it, see if it works out for you. Then what you can do is create droplets. You can save the image of that exact server instance and then apply it to other servers. So it's almost like copy pasting. Very easy how they set it up. So once I have that, I'm just like add.
This is Satan. This is Satan.
I could just start, just start adding them up. And then more computers, more power, more coin. It's exactly like Cookie Clicker. The more clicks, the more grandmas, the more cookies you produce.
It makes me sick to my soul because that was so bad. I just couldn't stop, man.
Oh, I know. Well, yeah, we got addicted to that game. That was like the worst game to play.
Yeah, that was really bad. Like really bad. Like, oh, I gotta click my cookies. I gotta click it. I keep clicking.
I'm at 100 trillion.
Yeah, I need more grandmas.
Yeah, what does it all mean?
Shit, that means nothing. So, did you play Flappy Birds?
No, and I've heard all that craziness with Flappy Bird. It's such a silly ass game. I was like, this is popular?
How did it blow up? How did that blow up? If you go right now on your app store on your phone.
It's not. No.
Well, I meant like when it was out. I was going to download it. I didn't download it. But I was looking at the reviews. There was 653,000 reviews on one game. The one right below it on top grossing free was about 3,000.
Wow.
I feel like there was some sort of shenanigans going on to boost those numbers up because that is odd. Angry Birds doesn't even have that. Angry Birds is like the most popular game out.
Yeah, it's kind of exactly. It is the most popular game ever. It's crazy popular. I don't know. You can buy fake likes these days. It's not hard to boost your numbers.
That's what maybe he got rid of it and posed as him being disappointed that people are addicted to his game. Shut the fuck up. You just made a lot of money. You build a game for it to be fun. You're not. Shut up. There was something really fishy about that. Dude.
Yeah, one of my friends is like, "What do you like? Who just does that? Wakes up in their piles of cash and just be like, you know what? I don't want to fucking do this anymore. I don't think Flappy Bird is ready for the world."
Yeah. Yeah,
doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like that to me just seems a little fishy because, you make a game to have fun, to put it out there, but also maybe to make some money because you have ads in it, clearly. But to say like, oh, I didn't intend this to happen. Shut the fuck up. You made a game. Of course you intended this to happen. That's what everyone intends to do.
Exactly. He just did it for he even said that himself. He's like, I did it for fun. And then,
okay, well, whatever.
If we're having too much fun, I guess it's not right for everybody then. What the hell?
Stupid.
It doesn't make any sense.
Nah, it doesn't. I know if you go to flappymmo.com.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Do you know people are selling their devices with Flappy Bird on it on
Saw that.
eBay for like thousands of dollars?
Yeah.
Come on, people.
It's stupid.
Wake the hell up.
That's where we're at, man. That's where we're at.
That's-
Hey, buy this
You know
digital
what?
thing for
Yeah.
thousands of dollars. What?
I needed to play that casual game on my morning commute. I'll pay $1,500 for it.
Yeah, it's stupid. Hey, check this out. I'm gonna show you. Let me pull it up. Flappy MMO.
Flappy
Okay.
MMO.
Yeah. So this is the most ridiculous thing ever.
But it's not the same game, is it?
Oh, it is.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, it is, my friend.
I have to look in the Ustream.
So basically, you just.
Holy cow!
So it's basically just a bunch of millions of people just are playing this fucking game online together.
And it's just showing everyone's.
Yeah, everyone's progress. So you just see everyone like. I clearly suck at it, but it's brilliant though if you really think about it. So yeah, Flap.
Flapping around.
Just
Look at him
Flap
flap.
MMO, yeah. So stupid.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So.
Who's the better flapper?
It's so dumb. It is so dumb, but whatever.
My flap score is over 3,000.
Yeah, you can kind of.
Well,
see
yeah,
that.
I've heard like people can't even get past like the 10th pipe.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's the game, and people are really excited about this.
Yeah, people love this shit, dude. That's where we're at, man.
Wow.
People just want the most simple of games to
No
avert
kidding.
their attention.
Jeez.
Yeah. So I
What's-
don't know.
What'll be the next one? And I don't know how, and
We said that with
apparently Apple is making an announcement to do Apple TV, maybe with games.
Yeah.
If they take the same concept of like what the Wii U did and just have their iPad and just like play with more, just more user engagement from the iPad and the TV,
Yeah.
more off play, like sync the, basically sync the browsers. You can kind of do that now. It's just I don't understand. Like I've tried the Apple TV a lot, and I like some of the syncing features. Where definitely with when I have my laptop and I want to see the browser on the Apple TV, that's great.
Mhm.
That's good.
To be honest, man, I think
don't-
Apple is losing their magic. I don't believe in
Dude,
their
yeah,
products
they're-
anymore ever.
I think they're at the crossroads. What they can try next, and this is what I've maybe talked about before, is just how tech is kind of moving forward. Is everything is going phablet now, the phone and the tablet. It's like the term,
Phablet.
the phablet. That's
That
what they're.
word makes me just gag every time I
Yeah,
hear it.
it's such a. It is a pretty bad word. I'm
Phablet.
never gonna. Yeah, I'm just gonna call it a tablet.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna call it a phone tablet.
Yeah.
It's no longer a phone as of now. It's just a really high tech computer
Yeah. The
in
what's
your
ins-
palm of your hand.
Yeah, we're holding on to
course it
circa
has cellular.
2003
Yeah.
technology.
And we've said, like, let's just ditch the cell service and get our fucking super Wi-Fi on. That's all you need. You can
Yeah.
do Wi-Fi calls with FaceTime.
Yeah. You know what it is, man? It's like AT&T and all those companies. They had to deal
They
with
got their hooks. Got their
Yep.
hooks in us.
Yeah, they had to deal with the
Like in South Park,
transition.
they rub their nipples at us.
Oh, where you going?
Oh, hello, this is Verizon. Is your Netflix going down again? Oh, no. Oh, no. I'm not paying for Fios.
I heard that.
Oh,
there's
is that
still
right?
robbing people on
Let's-
Fios.
But that's the funny thing. And then they'll tell you, like, oh, let's check your internet speed. And on my computer, I go check it. Of course, it'll be normal. It's like they know how to cut out the bandwidth on the certain apps.
Yep. Yep.
It's not that hard.
I
Of course, the web page speed test will be up to snuff.
What's funny though is like there's this weird point in time right now where we had people on landlines, right? And they had to figure out, okay, how are we going to continue working our magic with charging them for minutes and all that bullshit? Wait, let's charge them for minutes on the cell phone, but now Wi-Fi's there, and you don't need fucking minutes anymore. You know what I mean? For data, you don't need data really anymore. It's just Wi-Fi. If they it's this weird spot where they like still want to own you, they still want to grip you and take your money, but they don't know how to like let go because they're in business to make money. I get it, but that's why you see all these contracts-free services like on T-Mobile, and I think AT&T might start. I don't know, or if it's Verizon, but
Yeah, like, I mean, how can you not push your company to evolve? Why not just go on, like you got a CEO, all right, we're in transition phase. People are looking at other options. Let's like adopt these options. But that's hard, with a company that big and maybe you got so much corruption in there. How do you shift all that over to a new platform when they've been doing so well on their current existing model?
Yeah, they
So
got
it's like,
CEOs with yachts
why
they
not?
have to pay for.
Oh, exactly. It would change the game pretty vastly through the company.
Yeah.
They would have to regress a lot of money.
Yeah.
But then but that's the thing. They don't understand that short-term loss will result in bigger gains down the future.
They don't see it that way, man. These
I don't know.
dinosaurs
I mean,
don't
it's,
fucking get it. They don't get
yeah. Well, I mean, maybe it's them collectively, but I don't think the one dinosaur can make a difference. Maybe they can.
it. That's true.
Because like, it's like if you're in a room full of shareholders, you can get voted out. It's like a game of Survivor in there.
Maybe that's what it is, right? The engine is
Yeah,
so
they go like-
powerful, like they just kill the person that says,
Hey, excuse me.
We're gonna
what if
lose
we do
money."
this?
just just shot right in the fucking face, right there in the meeting. Like, get him out of here.
Yeah. But you know what? The one fucking company that does that, actually does that, is look at Nintendo. They fucked up, and then the CEO is like, I will cut half of my salary. What businessman does that?
Scoochie bada.
What the? Okay.
This is higher.
You too fat, okay.
This is so racist, but whatever, who cares? No, it's funny.
Man, they got Looney Tunes technology. I love them. I love the Japs. It's just,
Yeah.
what are you gonna do? It's the Nintendo Wii U.
Yeah. I'm actually quite surprised that they admitted defeat. It's very samurai-ish of them.
Oh, I know. Well, you know what? I think it's all coy. I mean, they can still pull out good numbers.
That's true.
They still have big IPs coming out, like a lot of big games.
Yeah.
So you don't know. 3DS did the same thing for a long time, like 2 years at least. It was just, everyone's like, it's done. What else are you gonna do with it? But all of a sudden now it's the hottest selling item ever, just like out of the ground.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's all it takes. That's
Are they actually making a new system? Because I remember reading that rumor or some bullshit. I heard that they're doing a new system already.
Oh, no, and I think the best thing that they should do is get a super handheld. Go with the handheld, and have maybe like an Apple TV device for the TV. And what you do is sync what you got in the handheld to the TV. They are doing that really well with the Wii U remote. They were maybe just like a couple steps behind.
Right.
That would have been amazing to see.
Yeah.
Maybe instead of just seeing the Wii U release, they just do another release with the handheld, a really powerful one. Double the power on the handheld, and you've got almost close to Wii U graphics.
Well,
maybe.
here's the thing, though. What you're saying might be true because there's been a leak numerous places called the Nintendo Fusion, as they call it. Have you heard about that? You read about that, right? No?
Or not the. I don't know what that is.
Yeah. Anyway, so basically, after all this, oh, I'm so sorry, I took half of my salary, all that bullshit, they announced unofficially, apparently got leaked afterwards, that they're working on a ultra high powerful handheld that is actually made to not be a handheld. Whatever. So basically, it's called the Fusion DS. I'm reading the stats right now. We're looking at it seems to be an 8-core processor.
Whoa.
Or some shit with 3 gigs of LPDDR3 RAM,
Wow.
a DVGA screen, capacitive touch, everything, right? With a 3G chip and a GPS chip in it. But then we have the terminal, which I guess would be docking into it, which is like your main gaming console. Right. We're looking at a proper Radeon HD RX 200 GPU, codenamed Lady.
Wow.
Very beefy, very beefy. We're looking at a processor, an IBM 64-bit processor, 8-core processor called codenamed Jumpman. It's 8-core, 2.2 gigahertz with 6 megabyte L4 cache. And then a co-CPU. Apparently a co-CPU, IBM PowerPC 750 base. It's a tri-core processor for the co-CPU. I guess that would be just for the operating system.
And for anyone not understanding any of this,
I sound like a fucking robot. Sorry.
Everyone's like, okay, it's become PCWorld.com.
Yeah, sorry.
PCWorld.com podcast. What the fuck is going on?
Yeah, sorry. Basically,
Well, basically that's not bad for a little device in the pocket of your hands. It's like nothing.
they're working apparently with DDR4 RAM, which, put it this way, everyone right now listening, your computer has DDR3, and you probably have about 6 to 8 gigabytes of it. This is DDR4, whereas we have the Xbox One uses DDR3.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, and the PS4 though used GDDR5, which is fucking crazy good. But so yeah, it looks like Nintendo is waking the fuck up, and they're saying that there's a 4K support, whatever the fuck.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Oh man, I can't wait to get one of those crazy monitors.
Yeah.
Still that $750 one. That's really the $750 4K monitor. Shout it out. Look it up.
Good. What is it? Let me see. Who's making it? Dell?
I think. Maybe there's one. There was either one. It was just the one, or there's two of them competing with each other for the low price.
The low price of $2,799.
Yeah, no, not that one.
Okay. Oh, I found it. $560 for this one.
$560. It's gotta be. You sure it's
I'm
legit?
gonna show it on the stream. Yeah.
Send me the link there.
Yeah, here. So, wow, man.
Yeah, and if anyone who hasn't seen one of these, I've always been one to say, like, oh, you don't need always the best monitor, but these monitors, I don't know how much better they're really going to get after this point. It's really insane.
Do you think maybe pixels are going to be a thing of the past? Because if you think about this.
Why? I mean, they're already a thing of the past now, but after seeing this, I'm looking at real life. It's like when I was looking at the animals, and they had like all these awesome scenery, videos going on in the background on this TV that they were selling.
Yeah.
It was unreal. It was like I saw every single incredible, impeccable detail.
Now,
in real life. It's like, I think it was even better than my vision. My vision is shit.
It's like gonna make people realize that we need glasses as a society.
Yeah.
I need
it's
glasses.
better than real life resolution. I would be really mind fucked there.
Now, my thing though is, okay, I brought this up back in college when we were, by the way, for people listening, him and I are buddies since college, and we fell in love, and it didn't work out, and I'm just kidding. But it was awesome. We had a good time, and we had a bunch of other friends that we may introduce later down the road. But anyway, what I brought up in college is like, wait, why are we like confined to a square, man, with pixels? Why aren't they triangles or a hexagon? And I was thinking to myself, if they're triangles instead of squares on your screen, wouldn't you be able to get better anti-aliasing? Wouldn't you be able to get more smoother surfaces?
Yeah, there was a 3D company doing that, right? Instead of the polys, they were doing these tri-poly, like smart rendering, or these smart. No, it was like smart
texturing.
Are you talking about the
dots? Are you talking about
no,
the
it was
dots?
actually texturing, not the model too.
Oh.
No, and I don't know what you're talking about. What dots?
Oh, remember there was a guy that made a graphics engine where everything was little micro dots, and it lowered.
That.
Yeah.
That, I think that's what we're talking about.
Okay, yeah.
It's
so that's the
smart.
same idea. What if there were dots? What if fucking instead of pixels they were all dots? You know,
Yeah,
then
just
you have
yeah.
Oh my
I
God.
think that's the way to go.
a fractal monitor.
A fractal monitor. Jeez.
Are you kidding me? Imagine that. Pixels inside of pixels inside of pixels inside of pixels inside of pixels for ultimate density.
Yeah. Be transferring dimensions.
Dude, that would be retarded.
But yeah, that 4K Dell, I don't know, 560, that's an incredible deal. Go out and buy it, everyone. It's
what is it? 20,
it's worth it.
What? How many inches? 28 inch.
20 inches, amazing.
Oh,
it's
that's
like
bigger
what
than
I've got
my work computer. I use an iMac at work, beautiful iMac, and this has
actually, it's a
double
bigger
the
one.
res.
Yeah, it's actually bigger than the one I've got now. It's pretty big.
God damn.
4K, come on. Movie, I don't know, like, okay, so that's the other thing is like, what are we gonna visually see that's gonna be poor on a 4K monitor? Like, do movies and stuff have to up their game with what they're filming and everything now to get this just right?
I think so. I think think about like a Blu-ray can hold about 50 gigabytes now of data. It's gonna be jammed packed. For 2 hours, you're gonna have 50 gigs of data.
Yeah.
Easy.
So the only like movies I'm gonna be able to see on this like just now are probably the 2 Hobbit movies that were filmed in like.
Yeah, probably. You're probably right about that.
Yeah, and I already watched the last one last night and I was falling asleep. It's just such a long ass movie.
Yeah, I still haven't watched it. Everyone tells me that it's actually a pretty damn good movie.
Yeah.
I just don't like hobbits. I'm hobbist. I'm a
You know,
hobbist. I
it's
don't like them.
it's not as exciting.
No,
It's little, you know.
little fuck faces just walking around like.
They're, they're like doing these impossible things with this dragon, which should kill them instantly. It's kind of absurd.
But I guess it makes a good movie because.
Yeah, I know. Well, I mean, like I read The Hobbit, I liked it, but I always thought like, there's no way these dwarves and hobbits could take on a dragon. This doesn't make any sense.
You know what's funny is I just realized the Titanfall game that just recently came out in beta does 4K resolution. I found a YouTube video of a guy playing it at 4K resolution, so this monitor would be able to run that, and that's kind of intense. But you'll probably get like maybe 4 FPS.
Yeah. Well, oh, and that's the other thing too. Titanfall, the game, that's going to be on Origin only, right?
Origin and Xbox One, yeah, for now. For now, until Titanfall 2, and apparently that's coming to PlayStation 4.
So that sucks. I really hope it runs fine. It's just like I always hearing problems now with Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4.
Yeah.
Constant disconnections and all this other crazy stuff.
Well, I guess
So what happens.
the open beta of Titanfall actually was funny because no one could connect. The servers were down. Of course, right? It's EA. Why the fuck wouldn't it be?
Well, I mean, they're trying to like, I don't know, they weren't ready. I don't know. You gotta have a lot of server management if they're not. It's not like you just like dump all this and expect it to work, you know? Like Steam has been refining their process for a long time.
So good.
They put out like a lot of good work, but I mean, again, like they have to constantly update, constantly change things, constantly make sure that the experience is always good, and that's why they're the best.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I think if Steam ever came out with a phone, the world would just explode. Same with Nintendo. If Nintendo came out with a phone, fuck it.
And then the amount of traffic they have now, I guess it's probably hard for them to start making games still. I mean, they're probably doing a lot of different projects now that they're doing the Steam Big Picture, which I have now, or I'm starting to set up. I've got a TV monitor behind me. So this is just hooked up with a simple monitor cable right here. And then when if I run the Big Picture, if I get rid of this Windows OS, I'll just run a Steam OS on here.
That's pretty badass, man. And that might be it.
And it's the gaming machine, and I can do, you know, PC gaming still with the same OS, you know, vice versa. I got it all in one little section here.
That's badass, man.
And you know, if I want to, I don't know, you know, always want to have that living room just play, so you can just sit on the couch and just go ahead and relax and use a controller.
So has anybody played with the Steam OS like that you know of?
No, I don't have even. Yeah, you know what? That's a good question because I don't know when its actual official release date is either.
Yeah, and I mean also benchmarks, man. Like how the benchmarks going to be, you know? Because it's got to be better. There's less background processes. There's less bullshit in the way, you know. Less GPU intensity. Like it's just pure raw power.
Yeah, you would assume that.
Yeah, I'd assume that. Of course.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, you'd want the best, and since it's going to do so many limited things, you know, it's built specifically for gaming. It should run flawless for games, which is actually really cool. So more than anything, like if you always have problems with Windows and gaming, with Steam OS, you probably have a handful to none.
Now, I remember reading about they're talking about making their own API, and for people that might not know what the hell that means, like for instance, your video games on your Xbox 360 runs on DirectX. All your games on your computer run on DirectX 3 or Direct 3D, but it's now DirectX, whatever. So I heard that Steam is making their own DirectX that go by their rules and their bandwidth or their optimization and stuff. Is that true? Is that actually happening? Did you read that?
Yeah, yeah. They might as well make a new fresh API for this.
That's fucking awesome.
That's good. That's a good thing.
Yeah, it is. It really
because it's clean. It's not. I don't know if they backboned it off of some default startup OS. I don't know unless they're starting directly from scratch. Got some really good programmers that just make this really good and custom.
Yeah, That'd be actually, you know what? I mean, if I were them, I'd probably just let some guy just go crazy and just invent.
Yeah, start from
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of yeah. I'm not really sure. You know, I've never built an OS. I don't know what's truly involved.
There's probably a lot. Imagine
Yeah.
the source code in Windows. Imagine looking at that shit. Your brain would
Yeah.
explode.
It's a lot of it's a lot of files, a lot of stuff going on. So yeah, it's you have to really know your stuff.
Yeah. I've always wanted to like make my own OS. Like I remember I had an idea, and I'm sure it's probably happened, and someone just got shot in the face by Bill Gates' like truck. A fucking black van comes out and just oozes the guy trying to do it, and has his logo on the side. But my idea was okay. You walk into an Apple store and you see everything's beautiful and you see everything's like clean and whatever, and you have their operating system. What
It's
if
like
do
you
that for
can't miss
Windows?
this piece of technology. They are trying to do that.
Well,
Same deal. Remember the Windows stores? They're starting up with Windows stores, like Apple Store is doing.
right, but all their shit feels like a Chinese McDonald's toy.
It does.
Their laptops are just like made by X company, and it just doesn't. And the OS is like Windows 8's not bad, but
I'm really disappointed in what they're trying to do. It's like again, they're trying to mimic Apple. Why can't you be different?
yeah,
For
It's
fuck's
true.
sake. It's
true,
like,
man.
isn't that what I guess it's like Apple has the true, genuine be different and everyone else just follows them. They're all just like,
yeah,
oh,
that's true, man.
we're being different by following the leader.
It's like game developers, like they see World of Warcraft and they just want to make their own World of Warcraft and get everyone hooked on their
Exactly.
World of Warcraft. It doesn't work.
It doesn't work like that.
Doesn't fucking work, man.
Be
People are
different.
Yeah.
So it's like what I'm looking right now at Steam. All these damn zombie games. There's so many zombie games. If there's any indie devs listening to this, stop making the zombie game. Make something different. Make something with, like our friends are doing currently, the Stomping Land. If you haven't seen this game, look them up
I'm doing
on
it right
Kickstarter.
now. I'm gonna show this shit off right now.
Yeah, they're doing something that is like, you know, they take the same concept, the popular concept of survival and, you know, survival of the fittest. Like the DayZ concept, except it's not zombies, it's dinosaurs. Completely different. Why isn't anyone making a dinosaur game?
Right? Dude, there's a
same old things.
There's a Stomping Land Polish YouTube channel.
Oh, it's probably a copycat, some fake guy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they had that happen, right? Like when they started their Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Some other guy started an Indiegogo and tried to get money from the same. Like what scammers will do will go on Kickstarter
It's not
and
playing. Fuck it.
it's not playing.
Yeah, it's lagging.
Yeah, so what scammers will do is they'll go on Kickstarter and they'll look at some of the most popular Kickstarter accounts, and then they'll create one on another one like Indiegogo, and then they'll try to trick people into going to both, or their fake one, to try to get money. So yeah, people wouldn't even know. You just take the same thing, and it's hard to account for some of that. People sneak their way in and do it.
That's so fucked, man. That is seriously fucked up. You know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of the William Cooper book, Behold a Pale White Horse. And then they released a fucking book right with it that was about a little horse in a stable or some shit.
Well,
just
I
to
guess
distract it.
Yeah, I mean, there's always the bad seeds that are always trying to break shit, and then engineers are have to fix it. Just like how Kickstarter was hacked recently.
Yeah.
If you haven't been knowing about anything about that.
Yeah, that's
Nothing,
fucked up, right?
Nothing was taken though, according to them. So hopefully that's true.
Do you think maybe that's just a little PR? Maybe they're scrambling, like people are jumping off of roofs right now?
I mean, if they're lying, they're lying. There's no way to tell. That's it. I mean, that's the thing. Like, yeah, they could just say that, you know, to ease people. Like, if stuff is taken, so you have a database, in that database you have stuff that's like password protected and encrypted or whatever, which would be credit card information.
Right.
You don't know, once it's been taken, if people are going to be able to actually crack into that. You really just don't know. Right. So it's like your secret lockbox, which you're sure that maybe people can't get into that, was taken. You just don't know it's been opened. It's kind of messed up. Unless, you know, I don't know if people have
the feeling of that.
Yeah, exactly. It's like almost you had your phone stolen and then you're not sure if someone got some information off before you deleted all your own personal content off of it.
Yeah. Ugh.
Crazy, right?
Yeah, it kind of makes me gag because I mean, it brings me back to like when the whole PlayStation Network thing got hacked and people got their credit cards stolen.
Yeah, I
Like,
was telling people before, like there were some very, very easy exploits on the PS3 when it first came out, and it was funny when when that was like when it first came out. And I was telling people this, they never believed me because Sony was enforcing that their system was super secure, super like totally you can't hack this thing, like crazy stuff like that. They didn't want people to hack.
bullshit! Some motherfucker was like, "Pow!" and just
Yeah,
opened that
and the
bitch up. It was
worst,
like,
and
"Give
the
me."
worst, yeah, and the worst thing was it was a physical hardware malfunction or
That makes me gag.
error. So all you had to do was just tweak a little thing, and you have full access to the whole thing. Full access to do whatever the heck you want.
Wow.
Break and grab everything.
Has Xbox Live ever been hacked?
Yeah, I thought so. Thought it did.
Did it?
I don't know. I mean,
If they haven't, I think there's a
system
conspiracy to that one over here.
their system is wonky though.
Yeah, there is.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, you could look it up. I guess Xbox Live hacked. I'm pretty sure it has been.
Yeah, find that out because that might be something.
Oh yeah, it's been hacked many times.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's actually they just do probably a better job to cover it up.
It's true. They are Microsoft.
Yep. Oh.
Throw Justin Bieber out the window. See what happens.
No, I guess maybe not. Let me see here.
Really?
Maybe it was only hacked a handful of times.
I mean, this is how I see it. Microsoft's in with the circle of Google and all those big companies, right? Google got backed by CIA back before it was actually a big thing. They got their money from them. I think they kind of dipped their hands in all in the same government pot. I mean, Microsoft was the first one to come out. Well, not the first one, but they came out saying that they were with the NSA the whole fucking time, da-da-da-da. So clearly there's a few handshakes going on in the background, and I think that they'll be like, hey, listen, we'll protect you, but you're going to have to give up some of your shit. It's like, okay. So they probably protect their servers and all that shit because Xbox Live is a
Well,
monster.
yeah, they kind of just manipulated the situation where they wanted a backdoor into Windows, and they had that. They actually opened like, okay, just to make sure it was for national security purposes. Just to have complete control and make sure that they're like if some really big hacker or some big player just started to do some really big damage onto their systems or any other systems, the NSA could try to trace it.
Right.
They actually have at least a footing to see who did it. And I don't know what OS nowadays doesn't have a backdoor in it. You'd have to run complete custom Linux stack. Complete custom.
I don't even know what that means. What does that mean? A custom Linux?
Linux is just an operating system.
Well, I know that, but like what do you mean by stack? Like a physical hard drive thing?
Oh no, it's just a stack of what you want in the Linux OS. So there's certain things that you can put on it. If you just you can Google Linux stacks or Linux different configurations. So you can just see what you can have stacked with that operating system.
Oh.
It's, I guess a term for that.
That's kind of cool. Okay,
Yeah.
so really that's a known thing though with developers because you're a developer, right? Like that's So the backdoor thing is always the escape hatch, more or less,
yeah.
right?
Oh, with what do you mean? Just
Well, for if you're coding a program, is there typically always a back end escape you say there's a back door.
Oh yeah, there's always back doors into stuff. Yeah, you always have a back door. You have to get in somewhere. That's how things can get hacked. Yeah, you have a back door that gets leaked.
Wow.
And that could be as simple as not even hitting on a backdoor URL into someone's website or something. It could be if I'm trying to go into a server, if I SSH in and someone decides to grab my password or takes it and then goes in and does damage to the server, taking information, copying it, adding stuff, doing whatever.
So that's it. Then that's how this shit gets hacked. There's always these people spot the back door.
It's the number one thing you want it. The biggest thing really. Stop all the kitty coders and all the people, the low end guys, which is the majority of the group now. It's all about your passwords, your username, passwords, and making sure that they're sophisticated enough and they're all kind of broken up in a way that you know that if one person steals an account password from Facebook or something, it's not going to affect all your other major accounts. Because if I just get access to one account that you have on the internet, and if you had that same password used for everything else, it's going to be a pain in the ass for you. That's why I'm always hesitant to use sign up with Facebook, because I did that with Kickstarter, and now what they just told me that I may have to reset my Facebook password. It's like, that means throughout all my accounts that I've done that have signed up with Facebook can be vulnerable.
I just thought of something.
It's like the main key was stolen.
Yeah. You know what? If someone out there is able to hack Discuss, the commenting blog system, you'd have the entire planet at your hands.
They have done that.
Discuss has been hacked. Really?
Oh, Discus? Yeah, Discus.
Sorry.
Discus is actually that's if you want look into that. I had a link saved here. Discus is monitored by NSA.
You said it so nonchalant, monitored by Satan. Satan actually watches it.
Satan watches out for Discus.
I didn't know that. It's used everywhere, man. I introduced it to where I work. I introduced it to one of our projects because it just makes it easy, man. People can get in there, comment this and that, and it's amazing. It's an amazing backend. But it's also connected to every fucking social media out there.
Yeah, it's just a simple plugin that it's crazy. I have to keep looking for this.
Okay. Click away.
But yeah. Discus is then you have at work I've had to deal with the Syrian Electronic Army, SEA.
I know about that. What did you have to
say? They'd hack our systems, and they'd hack into the third party plugins, and that's how they get their back door in through the third parties. Isn't that nuts? They'll get it through somewhere. So when you use third party plugins and that third party plugin becomes compromised, something, that's how things can go wrong. That's one of the easier ways. You just don't usually want to have those always super secure.
I think it's good for people to have at least 3 to 4 passwords. Think of it as I told people, think of it as a tier system. You have your top tier is your ultra, for your banks and stuff and insurance and all that shit. But then
it goes down to I don't know, I guess the first, your normal account stuff, stuff that you really it's your second tier. I don't know how to even label it. Maybe the high level social media. Stuff
you
like
should
that.
go banks, insurance, and then second tier is social media shit, and 3 is for video games and crap, and then 4 is for porn and underground stuff.
Yeah. Exactly, but I have my more even loopy. I have my Facebook decentralized from everything. My Facebook is the unique compared to all the other social media that I have.
That's actually really smart because that could be a spider web for somebody.
Oh yeah, a huge spider web is Facebook. So I make sure that it's just a bullshit it's really kind of a bullshit password. It's very low tier, but it's just different from everything else.
Low tier, I like how you're saying it like a fighting game.
Well, because sometimes I might have to change it a lot. So it's change this, change that. Super, super quick. And I don't have to worry about it.
Right.
Because I would hate to have a good password get stolen from Facebook.
Yeah. It's good to do that, man. I know my parents and stuff like that, they just have one password, and I know a lot of girls out there, they're I fucking love Facebook, oh my god, and they're on Instagram and they share the same fucking password, and then one gets hacked, and then sure enough all their fucking naked pics are exposed, and it's oh, what the fuck, Tiffany, and it's just a bunch of bullshit, and it's because they're not smart. They don't think about protect yourself. It's the fucking internet. It's crazy people are out there, and they're trying to get your shit. You know what I mean? It's just how it is, man. It's the Wild West. It's the Wild West of the internet over here. It's that time of the year. We're going to look back at this and just laugh our asses off that we're even talking into a microphone.
Then eventually it's just
we're going to be holographic.
Holograms talking to each other.
Yeah, we're going to be sitting across a table and anywhere we want. We could be on a fucking mountain. And we'll have a podcast on a fucking mountain sitting across from each other holographically. and like we're surrounded in a room where it projects your entire atmosphere around you from where you're located. Oh my god, it's happening. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, I can't wait.
It's gonna be badass until we all, unless we all die or something.
And then you think like you got the Oculus now with 4K support, and it'll be 4K resolution. So it'll be real life in your face.
4K Oculus Rift. Oh.
But that's
my
like
God.
gonna be. I really can't wait for that, and have the Oculus Rift with Planet Earth playing. You know, that's gonna be nuts. Like let's just travel to Earth and look around cool stuff. You know.
That's a really good
where
idea.
where people have never gone before. I guess that's just the way how technology is used and how it should be used. It's not like an attached thing where you just do bullshit and try to use it for something good, benefit the mind or the body, or to get like experiences from it.
I think that's what it's all about, man. I think that's where it needs to go.
Yeah.
Or else, what the fuck are we doing this for?
Yeah, I think it's kind of lame. I mean, well, it's a good thing. It's cool. But I mean, I think we should just put more effort into doing it maybe naturally through meditation or something, or even better, trying to figure out how to get off the rock and experience this in the many infinite worlds that we have in space.
That's what I wanted to bring up. When we were talking about mining Bitcoin, asteroids.
Mining asteroids.
We're going to fucking do it. And we have infinite diamonds. We have infinite gold. It's
well,
space. It has infinite everything.
Neil deGrasse said there's like either a planet that's fully made out of diamond or something retarded, a full planet full of diamond.
It's
gonna insane.
You know what? Here's
what becomes of resources anymore? I mean, in that comparison to what we have now, our civilization would have to be huge to make that valuable. Otherwise, it's like infinite coin.
Yeah.
Infinite money.
If you think about the people that run the jewelers and the banks and the fucking industry of like scrap metal and stuff, those poor bastards are out of a job because we won't need them anymore. And that's what sucks, is that we're sucking on the teat of a finite system where there's an end. We don't know when the end is coming, but there's an end to their system. And there's a way to get off of it, but it's so hard for people to stop an addiction and stop their lives, because that's their lives, that's their livelihood. Yeah. And I really wish there was this cool answer or a simple way to make it happen, because, dude, imagine that. Hey, we're going to go to asteroid X9b, and we're going to get some diamonds. Oh, by the way, there's a lot of gold on it, too. Don't worry about it.
Got some sapphires in it.
Yeah, we got a bunch of sapphire. We're going to bring back.
Yeah. All the crazy stuff that we need for our phones. Yeah. All the stuff we need for our electronics.
Probably better stuff. I'm sure there's stuff out there that we can.
I have a feeling, I have a feeling that you can just make microelectronics in glass, because glass is so abundant.
That's
can
creepy.
Make
I was
everything.
Just envisioning diamonds with electricity inside of it when you just said that.
Exactly.
You're right. Like, think about a circuit board and how like that green thing, but everything's diamonds.
Yeah, that'd be nuts.
You would have the bandwidth you could pump out through that. It'd be
crazy, right?
It'd be stupid.
It'd be
limitless.
I wonder if that's maybe like this with quantum computers will happen. I don't know. I think there's gonna be a lot of big changes.
Yeah.
Cryptocurrencies that we're gonna be using in the future.
Yeah.
Probably not even fiat anymore.
Yeah.
I was reading some today. They're saying the market is just like it was back in 1929 today. Ooh.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Doom and gloom.
Yay! Doom and gloom. That's
doom
that's the theme of the Earth right now, is doom and gloom.
Yeah. Oh well, there's always going to be doom and gloom, and then you have there's always some good things going on out of the doom and gloom.
Yeah.
There's still a lot, there's still crazy things happening. It's just lots of changes.
A lot of beautiful stuff's happening, man. Technology and people opening up their minds. Like, there's a lot. I know a lot of people that I would never thought would ever do yoga, and they're doing yoga, and they feel amazing and they love it.
Yeah.
And it helps them. They need it because it makes them feel better, and that's cool. You know, a lot of people are doing that kind of shit now, and it's good. It's a step forward.
I think it is. I mean, if it gets everyone to, it's almost like what everyone should do is like everyone's just combating to. What you have lost now is like people like having a gathering every week or something, getting together and doing something in one, like religions do this, but it's like not everyone is into what the religion is selling to them. So what I like is the gathering in mass. You know, when people gather in mass, that's still a cool thing to do. But now, I think that's been just completely cut off. We have computers now. We don't even have to physically relate to one another. So I wonder when that will come back in a form that's not so ignorant or hostile, or more open to understanding where you need to go in life.
Yeah.
You know, just the basic things of what you really should get going.
Yeah.
And yoga kind of offers that. 'Cause it's almost kind of like a little mini club for everyone to get into and talk out what you have on your mind and what's weighing you down mentally and spiritually.
It's a step forward, that's for sure, man. Because that's, like, think about 2006. Was anybody doing yoga? No one talked about it.
Not that many.
Yeah.
I mean, there's still, and it was the time where it was like booming.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it was just kind of popping up all over the place.
Like, I think that's why reality shows, reality shows are so popular, because I remember learning about how reality shows play off of that really, really deep-rooted gene in us, where we'd gather on a campfire, talk about what Tom did in the woods with Bethany and how many wolves attacked Charles, and that we lost 17 chickens. And we talk about this shit,
chickens.
and we all just converse over the fire at night, every night, and we talk about everyone else's lives. But now we have reality shows that exploit that, because we're not doing it anymore. We're not talking to each other anymore.
Oh god, it's getting so bad. Everyone just
Really
working
bad.
their asses off every week. Then just on the weekend, you're just in your pajamas, drinking beer, watching TV, just every fucking day.
Yeah.
So mostly everyone's doing.
Everyone's disconnected.
Like
Everyone.
straight up. Please read Fahrenheit 451, because that is exactly the premise of that book.
You know what's funny is everyone's doing this.
Yeah.
Everyone is on the phone.
Everyone is on the phone.
Like right now.
It's insanity.
I've-
I mean, I even fall prey to it.
Oh, I do it
Yeah.
absolutely.
Everyone.
It's like it's into our psyche now.
Our
I
world.
mean, yeah. I've been at not movies, but like just hanging out, whatever, and everyone's on their phone. There's something on TV that we're all watching, but then everyone's still on Instagram and everyone's still on Twitter, and they're talking about it on Facebook while it's happening, instead of putting this fucking thing down on the fucking side to you and just let it do its thing and just enjoy.
Oh, let me interrupt you. Look at this phone. Look at the gold. Look at I'm getting distracted by this beautiful gold plate. Oh, is that a sapphire embedded sensor I've got in there? Is that a sapphire? That's so beautiful.
Oh my god, dude, that was perfect. That was perfect.
I can't take my eyes off it.
That's what it is.
It's
dude.
gleaming at me.
That's what it is. It's that bright,
like-
beautiful fucking screen, man.
How smart was it to use gold as one of their next colors? It's like that must have been the most ingenious design move, because like the pitch must have been like, what does everyone fucking love deep down inside? What gets them going? Gold.
Yeah.
Let's just cover the goddamn device in gold. And people, it's pretty ballsy. You think that's gonna work? That's kind of no, it'll work.
Dude,
And it
that's
did.
so
It's
true,
like
man.
it's still sold out. It's like
Yeah.
still sold out.
Yeah, it's fucking insane. It's crazy. But we're like a bunch of little fish, and they're just little
Ooh,
dangles.
that big piece. I want that shiny gold piece.
Yeah. That's what it is, dude. It's
And
that,
like plug to a light.
you know. It
funny.
just sucks though, dude. You can't enjoy, like I've done it many a times, and it's just in us now. It's just, you can't sit and just enjoy the fuck out of whatever the hell we're doing anymore.
Yeah.
It's
I
hard
know.
for me to even sit and draw. It's hard for me to just sit there and draw because there's
Oh, I
these
know. When I'm like,
distractions, dude.
God, I have like things I could do in the internet, 24/7.
Yeah, I have a game to play, or I could check this website, or I could talk to this person.
Yeah. But it is helping, because we're in an enlightening period where we're constantly learning something. We're going after information. Think about that.
The problem
We
is
didn't-
retaining it. People are not retaining. People are just reading, regurgitating, and
feel
then
like
just
I'm-
moving on.
I feel like I'm retaining, but it's fast. It's a different pace now.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's true.
I think there's a way where like I could look at information and really absorb it. Like when I did this with learning about the cryptocurrency, I learned it very quickly just because of the internet. I sat down there and absorbed most of the information. So I think you definitely can absorb it. Some people though, like when I develop a site, I want that user engagement. I want that twinkle in someone's eye to be fixated on the site for more than at least 5 seconds, or at least a 5 second mark. That's like how fast, like, oh, if it's not interesting in 5 seconds, I'm clicking off, and people will just move on to the next thing because there's so much information to go to.
That is so retarded. That's
Yeah.
I mean, it's not retarded as in like
It's
dumb.
quick.
It's fascinating.
It's just, yeah, that's the speed of things. When people want to look at some cool new stuff, they want to go through it really quick. If it's not cool enough, then they'll click off for something different.
Do you think we're ever going to get to the point where it's like,
like
a
fish.
2-second thing?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, yeah, who knows?
If they don't like in 2 seconds, you're fucked. You're not going to make the
Yeah,
millions.
exactly. You're not gonna make anything, buddy.
Yeah. God, dude, that's so stupid.
Yeah.
That's a shame. I mean, I guess
like-
maybe it's not. Maybe it's just the way.
And then that's how brainwashing will come back in full steam, because you're gonna have to send crazy amounts of information in a short amount of time. Now, like, you look at websites now, there's so many advertisements all over the freaking place. Like, turn on ad block, turn it back off, and look at the difference of what your content and what you're looking at. There's just tons of shit that they want you to look at.
Yeah.
Food, sex, car, whatever.
Non-stop.
Do this.
Yeah.
Vacation, you need it.
Just non-stop, dude.
Yeah, it's endless. That's all the revenue. That's all the ad revenue. I don't know if is that the source of our power is advertisements? Because it's like so much money of people that are absorbing that content, and how is that money even being made?
That's actually a really good question you just brought up. Is that the source of our power? Advertising.
Advertising.
Is that the heart of our existence right now on Earth?
Exactly.
Holy fuck, it kind of is.
Kind of. I think it's a big player. I don't know. I can't say it's the only one, but I think it's a really big player.
Let's think about life without it. Let's think about no ads anywhere.
No ads anywhere. I'm talking about with anything you love, even stuff that's even important. I think that'd be really weird. How do we even get stuff out? We have to do this. Do it through like a streaming. Like, we got a product that's going out on this website. Go here, something like that. Like old school.
It would be a little old school then, yeah.
I mean, yeah, like how, yeah, it's like, be really weird. I think it's a good thing, because I hate the way that's going. Because now they want to have people wear Google Glass, and then they're going to import like ads in your freaking UI, which will be so annoying. And then
I am jailbreaking the fuck out of my Google Glass once I get it, or if I ever get it.
I don't think I'm getting it. I'm going to wait. I was going to bring up before that Apple is going to have a conference soon, so they're going to bring up the Apple TV, and they may unveil the iWatch. And what I've read into the leaks with that, I'm more interested in that than the Samsung Galaxy Gear, that other smartwatch. I think they're doing some crazy stuff with health. So, like, you can check your watch, and it'll monitor your health to insane degrees. So imagine, like, wow, my cholesterol is low. I need more calorie intake.
How the hell?
My heartbeat is going twice as fast as normal. Stuff like that.
That's going to make people really super conscious of their bodies.
Holy crap. That's what I'm saying. So if Apple's going to come back in the game in a really big way, the best way I think that could happen within the next year or two is run a phablet for Apple would be great. Something just slightly larger than the iPhone 5.
Well, they did leak the 6. The 6 got leaked.
I heard
production picture. I saw it.
I heard it was faked.
Really?
It's a fake leak, yeah. Either way, it's fake or real. I hope they do that direction, because I think just a slightly bigger device, just like I don't know I think the Galaxy is really kind of the best size, smallest tablet. Maybe I think if they go a little bit bigger, it wouldn't hurt either. And then what you do is, whenever you want to interact with your now new device, your phablet, you're going to be sitting down at your desk or away from your, main workstation. You'll have it. It's like your piece of paper. It'll be like your notebook.
Yeah.
Your main device for everything. And then when you want to make those immediate, or you want to look at immediate changes to weather, time, stuff that you always like mundanely have to check your iPhone for, you just have that on your wrist. And it's like just like that, instant. Because you're just going to look down. You're not going to have to pull out this huge phablet in your pocket or your backpack.
So the phablet becomes an extension of something that you've used on a day-to-day basis,
Yeah.
more or less. Then.
Yeah, and then the phones will become extinct because then you'd have maybe, I don't know, I mean, if you have a phablet and you want to make a call, it's going to be weird because how are you going to have a phablet in your hand? It'll look kind of silly.
And it would make sense though if you do like the
You're gonna have
wristing.
some sort of, yeah, you
Hey,
have a
what's going
wrist-
on, man? Hey, not much.
Exactly.
Da-da-da-da-da. Okay, cool, man. Peace. Boop.
Exactly. If you have the mic in your wristwatch, and then you have maybe some sort of headset or mic, some wireless connection. But then look what you got. It's like you got so much gadgetry on you now. I always like to be more lightweight. I don't think everyone's going to go for that type of thing right away, but it is the direction.
I could see this happening if let's say we have a phablet, and I carry it with me as if I carry around my wallet, and it's in my pocket, and it uses my 3G connection, and it also powers up my iWatch.
Yeah.
Now, if I'm at work, I'm on Wi-Fi, and if I'm like in the office, I can keep my phablet at my desk while my iWatch is still running on Wi-Fi connected to my phablet, so then I can take calls whenever, wherever at work on Wi-Fi. If then I hit out and about, maybe if you hit out and about and you don't bring your phablet, maybe the watch turns into like its own proprietary version. It's like a lesser version of the phablet for now.
Yeah, I think you should still be able to run stuff on the phone, but they might be limited. Like you said, with your phablet, you're gonna have your 3G network or your 4G network on it that you're gonna backbone off of your watch. So when you do that, then you can make calls right from the watch. But when you're far enough and away, you're gonna have to resort to Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi only. You'll have to resort back to that. But reminders, notes,
That's so crazy.
timers, maybe even a flashlight if I can make it like a freaking
Inspector
James
Gadget,
Bond.
dude.
Yeah, come on, man. That's amazing. And I already saw someone post on their Galaxy Gear a GUI that was what was it? The game. Looking at my games now. Let's not have. What game was it? Can't believe I forgot. Did I lose this game? Fallout 3. What would they name the risk communicator? Something boy.
I'm not proficient in that game at all.
Yeah, I only played it once. I'm not a huge fan. I mean, I like the game, but I'm not like a huge geek about it. I know there's a huge fan base out there that love that game. It's really cool, but it's just like Morrowind, except post-apocalyptic. Yeah, exactly.
Zombies and shit. Isn't there like zombies and stuff like that too?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Zombies and all sorts of things.
I just thought of something on the iWatch. What if the camera was on the bottom of your wrist, so you would just go like this to take pictures, so you can see it on your wrist and you hold it out in front of you and
wow.
And you just tap it.
That's actually an incredible idea. Yeah, that'd be insane.
Yeah, because it makes sense, right? Because it would be it could be protected. I'm sure they could figure out a way to make it so it doesn't scratch.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, and it's on the bottom of your wrist. Nothing's really exposed to the bottom of your wrist unless.
Where do you think the laser should go?
The laser for your heart.
Yeah, the James Bond laser.
Oh, the James Bond laser, obviously next to the freaking flashlight. Duh.
Yeah. Come right out of the flashlight beam.
Yeah.
It's like
I want one. I want a fucking iWatch.
What? Well, if they sell it like that, I would buy it. I would consider getting the first gen even. But I don't know. They're always like, when I come out with a prediction like that, it's always going to be like 3/4 of those features that I just mentioned won't be on it at first. And I'd have to wait till third gen before I, fulfill my needs of what I want.
Yeah, I'm not going to be an early adopter this generation. I'm smart now. I've become smarter, and I know their game. And their game is to drip the fuck out of their technology to you. Here's a little bit. Here's a little bit.
Here's a little bit more. Here's a little bit more. Here's a little bit more.
Yeah, like a bunch of baby birds, like, feed me. Like, it's so
They'll,
stupid.
yeah, and if that pace is correct, they'll always just keep at the same. Like they'll always be a little bit more, a little bit less than Samsung or Android. And then the Android fanboys will be like, Apple is doomed. Apple sucks. Apple. It's like Android is so far superior, and then every
Yeah.
year, you know, they're still somewhat on par. It's just different.
Yeah.
It's like it's like comparing a Rolex to an Omega. A Rolex looks better, but Omega functionally acts better.
Better name, too. I like the name Omega.
Yeah, Omega watches are nice. That's kind of like
Something sitting in your mic right now. I don't know what it is.
Oh,
I just keep hearing, like, punk, punk, like, popping sounds. And yeah, that.
that was my fingers. I was twiddling on my phone.
Oh, sorry. See? That fucking phone!
I know. I was actually just my phone. It was not really doing much.
Fuck.
I'm getting antsy.
I know, I hear you. Well, we've been on for an hour and 25 minutes now, if you want to maybe
Really?
close it up. Yeah.
That's pretty good. That's we can
Pretty damn good.
call it a day. It's a good podcast day.
Yeah, man.
Heck yeah. All right, everybody. That was the Jones and Gangi show. This is episode 2. And I don't know what we're going to call it, but maybe...
Let's just do numbers for now and we can figure it out later.
Yeah.
Eventually we can start.
Gangi coin.
Gangi coin! Yay! Get your gang coin. Gang coin.
That's what we'll call it. All right.
Cool, man. All right, well, thanks for watching, guys, and follow us on Twitter, Jones and Gangi.
Jones and Gangi at Twitter.
Holla, right down there. Bing, 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 bing. All right, see you later, guys. Peace.
Later.